Welcome to a journey that could change the way you see your life and your future. In this video, we'll explore the groundbreaking ideas from Dr. Benjamin Hardy's book, Be Your Future Self Now. You'll discover how your vision of the future can transform your present, why hope is essential, and how to overcome the biggest threats to your potential. We'll draw on stories of real transformation like Mr. Beast's rise to fame and the wisdom of Viktor Frankl to show you how to connect with your future self and live more powerfully today. Let's dive in and unlock the science and strategies that can help you become your best self, starting now. Before we get into the core ideas, let's meet the mind behind the message. Dr. Benjamin Hardy is a renowned organizational psychologist and best-selling author. His books, such as Personality Isn't Permanent and Willpower Doesn't Work, have helped thousands break free from self-limiting beliefs. In Be Your Future Self Now, Hardy combines cutting-edge psychology with practical steps, showing us that the future isn't something we wait for, it's something we create. His work is about more than just motivation. It's about building a life of meaning, purpose, and deliberate growth. At the heart of Hardy's message is a simple but profound truth. Your vision of your future self is the greatest asset you have. Most people believe their past defines them, but modern psychology shows that it's actually your future, your goals, dreams, and hopes that pulls you forward. When you're clear about who you want to become, your present actions gain meaning and direction. This shift in thinking is the foundation for lasting change and happiness. Let's look at a real-world example, Jimmy Donaldson, better known as Mr. Beast. At 17, instead of studying for a history test, Jimmy filmed 4 videos, each a message to his future self at different milestones. He set clear goals like reaching 15,000 subscribers in 6 months. Not only did he achieve these goals, but he far surpassed them, becoming one of the world's most famous YouTubers. His story shows the power of speaking to your future self, setting bold intentions, and acting with courage. By visualizing his future, Jimmy transformed his present and built a brand that changed his life. Jimmy's transformation didn't happen overnight. After his future self videos, he shifted from gaming commentaries to innovative stunts and philanthropy. He recruited friends, embraced his Mr. Beast persona, and consistently pushed his limits. Each milestone, viral videos, donation challenges, and creative feats was a step toward his vision. This journey highlights a key lesson. When you commit to your future self, your actions, habits, and even your identity begin to change. The future you imagine becomes the reality you live. Why does focusing on your future self work? Modern psychology has shifted from seeing people as products of their past to recognizing that we are pulled forward by our goals and visions. This ability to imagine and plan for the future is called prospection. It's what sets humans apart from other species. Every action we take is driven by a purpose, whether it's to approach something we want or avoid something we fear. Understanding this can help us make more conscious, empowered choices. Every behavior has a purpose, even if we're not always aware of it. Whether you're going to school, working out, or scrolling through social media, there's a goal behind your actions. The deeper your understanding of your why, the more powerful your motivation becomes. When you connect your daily actions to a meaningful future, you unlock energy, focus, and resilience. This is the secret to making lasting change. Psychologists categorize goals into 2 types: approach and avoidance. Approach goals are about moving towards something you desire, like a promotion or a new skill. Avoidance goals are about steering clear of negative outcomes, like losing your job or failing a test. Most people are driven by avoidance, by fear. But the most successful and fulfilled individuals are those who act from courage and vision, focusing on what they want to create rather than what they want to escape. One of the biggest obstacles to becoming your future self is getting stuck in short-term thinking. Many of us focus on immediate gratification, checking social media, getting through the workday, or just making it to the weekend. But research shows that the more you connect with your long-term future, the wiser your decisions become. Shifting your focus from urgent battles to meaningful, long-term goals is key to lasting happiness and success. Pop culture often illustrates our struggle with the future self. In The Simpsons, Homer ignores his responsibilities, leaving problems for future Homer. Jerry Seinfeld jokes about night guy and morning guy, showing how we sabotage our future selves for short-term pleasure. These stories are funny because they're true. We all make choices today that our future selves will have to deal with. The lesson: the more connected you are to your future self, the better you'll live in the present. Recent research in neuroscience and psychology reveals that our brains are prediction machines. We're constantly making decisions based on our expectations for the future. The clearer you are about where you want to go, the less distracted you'll be by endless options. When you're disconnected from your future self, you get caught up in urgent, low-quality goals. But when you're connected, you make wiser, more meaningful choices. One of the most practical strategies is to reverse engineer your decisions from your desired outcome. Instead of drifting toward an uncertain future, start with what you want and work backward. This approach helps you focus your energy, filter out distractions, and make choices that align with your long-term vision. It's not about wishful thinking, it's about intentional action. Dr. Hardy shares a personal story about coming home after a long day, feeling exhausted. Instead of acting on autopilot, he paused and asked, "How would my future self act right now?" Imagining himself 20 years older, he realized he would cherish every moment with his children. This shift in perspective transformed his evening. He was more present, loving, and engaged. Living as your future self means making choices today that your future self will thank you for. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor, taught that meaning and hope are essential for survival. In the concentration camps, he observed that those who lost hope in the future lost the will to live. Frankl's logotherapy centers on finding purpose even in suffering. His story reminds us that having a clear goal or meaning to fulfill in the future is not just inspiring, it's vital for resilience and happiness. Hope isn't just wishful thinking. Psychologists define hope as having a clear goal, believing you have the agency to achieve it, and being flexible in finding pathways to get there. High hope people commit to their goals but adapt their strategies. When obstacles arise, they look for new solutions instead of giving up. This combination of commitment and flexibility is what keeps you moving forward, even when things get tough. Without hope, the present loses meaning. Frankl saw this firsthand. When prisoners lost their sense of purpose, they disconnected from others and gave up on life. In everyday life, losing hope leads to disengagement, avoidance, and a downward spiral. The antidote is to set clear, meaningful goals and believe in your ability to achieve them. Hope is the engine that drives motivation, grit, and perseverance. Research shows that high hope people are more resilient and successful. They find multiple pathways to their goals and are willing to try new approaches. Low hope people, on the other hand, stick to one method and give up when it fails. They often avoid challenges and disengage. The good news: hope is a skill you can develop. By committing to your goals and staying flexible, you can become a high hope person. Grit is the combination of passion and perseverance toward long-term goals. According to psychologist Angela Duckworth, people become grittier as they age. Maturity means sticking with a goal for years, even decades, and being willing to change your approach as needed. If you want to achieve something big, commit to the goal but be flexible about the path. This is the hallmark of high hope, mature individuals. The first and most fundamental threat to your future self is not having hope. Without hope, you lose meaning in the present, lack clear goals, and feel powerless. This leads to stagnation and decay. To protect your future self, nurture hope by setting specific, meaningful goals and believing in your ability to achieve them. Hope is the foundation of a meaningful life. The second threat is letting a reactive narrative about your past stunt your future. When you frame your past negatively, your goals become about avoiding pain rather than pursuing growth. Emotional health comes from having a positive view of both your past and your future. Remember, your past is a story you tell yourself. You have the power to reframe it in a way that empowers your future self. Dr. Hardy shares a personal story of a traumatic car accident. With the help of an empathetic police officer, he was able to process the shock and choose a proactive narrative. Over time, both he and his mother reframed the experience as a source of purpose and gratitude. This illustrates the power of post-traumatic growth, using pain as fuel for personal development and compassion. Hardy and Dan Sullivan describe two ways of measuring your experiences: the gap and the gain. The gap is when you compare yourself to an ideal and feel like a victim of your circumstances. The gain is when you focus on how far you've come and what you've learned. Living in the gain empowers your future self and helps you grow from every experience. The third threat is being unaware of how your environment shapes your evolution. Research shows that we're heavily influenced by the expectations and behaviors of those around us. If you're surrounded by people with low standards, you're likely to adopt those standards. If you're around high achievers, you'll rise to meet their expectations. Your environment can either limit or expand your potential. A famous study showed that teachers' expectations of students influenced their performance. When teachers believed certain students were gifted, those students excelled even though the labels were random. This is known as the Pygmalion effect. We rise or fall to the expectations of those around us. To become your future self, seek out environments and relationships that challenge and inspire you. Psychologists have found that we often desire things simply because we've been exposed to them repeatedly. This is called the mere exposure effect. Your peer group, the books you read, and the media you consume all shape your desires and goals. By intentionally exposing yourself to positive influences, you can expand your vision and raise your standards. Another major threat is being disconnected from your future self. When you don't have a clear vision of who you want to become, you make short-sighted decisions that can sabotage your long-term happiness. Research shows that people who feel connected to their future selves are more likely to save for retirement, make healthy choices, and avoid self-defeating behaviors. Focusing on urgent battles and small goals keeps you stuck in a cycle of short-term thinking. While it's important to handle immediate tasks, don't let them distract you from your bigger vision. The most successful people prioritize long-term, meaningful goals over short-term distractions. Make sure your daily actions are aligned with your future self's aspirations. Avoiding challenges and staying on the sidelines is another threat to your future self. Growth happens when you step into the arena, take risks, and learn from failure. If you're not actively pursuing your goals, you're failing by default. Embrace discomfort and take bold action toward your dreams. Ironically, success can sometimes be the catalyst for failure. When you achieve a goal, it's easy to become complacent or lose sight of your next step. To avoid this trap, keep evolving your vision and setting new challenges. Stay committed to growth no matter how much you've already accomplished. Now let's shift to the truths that empower your future self. The first truth is that your future drives your present. When you have a vivid, detailed vision of who you want to become, your daily actions naturally align with that vision. The clearer your future, the more motivated and focused you'll be today. Your future self is often very different from what you expect. As you grow and evolve, your goals and values may change. Embrace this uncertainty and stay open to new possibilities. The journey of becoming your future self is full of surprises and opportunities for growth. Your future self acts like a Pied Piper pulling you forward. The more vivid and compelling your vision, the faster you'll progress. Let your future self inspire and guide your actions, just as Mr. Beast's vision transformed his life and career. The more detailed and vivid your vision of the future, the faster you'll move toward it. Take time to imagine your future self in detail: what you do, how you feel, who you're with. This clarity will help you make better decisions and stay motivated even when challenges arise. It's better to fail as your future self than to succeed as your current self. Growth comes from taking risks and learning from mistakes. Don't be afraid to aim high and fall short. Every setback is a step toward your ultimate vision. True success is achieved by being true to your future self, not by meeting others' expectations. Define success on your own terms and stay committed to your vision. Authenticity and integrity are the keys to lasting fulfillment. Your beliefs about the world, including your view of God or a higher purpose, shape your vision of the future. Whether you're religious or not, having a sense of meaning and connection to something bigger than yourself can empower your journey toward your future self. Ready to become your future self? The first step is to clarify your contextual purpose. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve? Why does it matter? The clearer your purpose, the easier it is to make decisions and stay motivated. To make room for your biggest dreams, you need to eliminate lesser goals. Focus your energy on what truly matters. This means saying no to distractions and opportunities that don't align with your future self. Elevate from needing to wanting to knowing. Move beyond desperation and wishful thinking. Develop the confidence that your goals are possible and act as if they're already within reach. This mindset shift is crucial for becoming your future self. Don't be afraid to ask for exactly what you want. Whether it's support, resources, or opportunities, be clear and direct. The universe responds to clarity and commitment. When you know what you want, you're more likely to get it. Set up systems and routines that support your future self. Automate decisions where possible so you can focus your energy on what matters most. This could mean planning your days, setting reminders, or building habits that move you closer to your goals. Make time for your future self by scheduling actions that align with your goals. Treat these commitments as non-negotiable. Consistency is key. Small, regular steps add up to big results over time. Don't wait for perfection. Take action and complete imperfect work. Progress is more important than perfection. Each step forward brings you closer to your future self, even if it's messy or incomplete. The ultimate message of Dr. Hardy's book is simple. Don't wait to become your future self, be that person now. Commit fully to your vision, take bold action, and let your future self guide your present. With hope, purpose, and deliberate practice, you can create a life far beyond what you currently imagine. Now it's your turn. Take a moment to imagine your future self, who you want to be, what you want to achieve, and how you want to live. Write a letter to your future self, set bold goals, and start taking action today. Remember, the quality of your connection to your future self determines the quality of your life right now. Cheers to your future self. May you live powerfully in the present and create the future you truly desire.